Should you have business partners? And if you do, what should you do to protect yourself? So there's nothing wrong with having a business partner, but if you are gonna have business partners, just realize in the business realm, things change. So the system that you may set up with your business partner now may not work in 3 years. Things may change. For example, let's say you have a business partner and he's a young 23-year-old and he's working hard with you, but you know he's considering marrying a girl he's engaged to or betrothed to. And well, what happens then when he gets married and he has children? Is he going to be able to dedicate that same time and energy as he's doing as a single man? Probably not. What if one of your business partners moves to a different area and now he cannot put in as many hours as he did before? What do you do? So these are things that you have to consider. So when you're doing a contract with your person, make sure that you have contingency clauses like, hey, each side is expected to bring in so much in possible revenue, or however your business is set up. Make sure it's structured in a way where if there needs to be an exit of one person or if roles need to change, that you have it structured accordingly, because things do change in business, and I've seen it done. I've worked with business partners before where we were able to do so much, but then something happens and it's just the system that worked for us then does not always carry over. And that's an important thing to remember when you're going to start a business with someone. Have it set up in a way where both sides are protected. And you know, what happens if things change? You know, how can we set this up? And I would always get a lawyer involved. It's not fun, but if you're gonna, let's say, agree on so much money and percentages, have a lawyer put contracts together and leave it open. Leave the contract open-ended. Say, hey, this is not a set contract. You know, after every year we can reevaluate it and redo it and redo our terms and negotiations. Because like I said, as the business grows and things happen, the positions and the way it's structured will change. So you do need to keep that in mind to protect yourself, and you know, just to keep, if you're working with someone that you really enjoy, you want to keep that friendship if possible. You want to make sure that you're putting these things in place just to make sure everybody's clear on what's to be done. And like I said, I would leave everything open-ended because things change. Saying, hey, this is how it has to be, this is set, where this is concrete, things change. And then what you thought is set, you may be stuck in a kind of a awkward or a funky position, because now the way the structure is now, it may not work. And you know what happens then. So again, there's no one size fits all. Again, depending on what your business is, everything's going to be different. But definitely consider those things when starting with someone. And maybe it's not worth working with someone if you feel like, hey, this may cause future problems. I mean, sometimes it's not worth it. Maybe it's better to take the long route. You know, making money fast isn't always good. Sometimes going the long route, but keeping peace and happiness in life is worth a lot more than trying to grow fast and making your life miserable and causing problems. I know I've done that before, where trying to go too fast, all it did was create issues. You know, had I said, let me do the slow and steady, would have saved me a lot of headache, and I had to learn the hard way for being a fool. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So again, consider what your business is, what works for you, and consider, hey, if I'm gonna have a partnership, what are the exit plans? What are our goals? Do we want to sell off at one point? And make sure you're talking about it. And it's okay if you don't have all the answers, but make sure the person you're gonna work with, if you are, kind of has an understanding as well. Because if there's already gonna be a bunch of issues, it may not work for you. So again, please like and subscribe. We're trying to do our best to provide educational content for you. We look to see you guys soon. Thank you so much.